From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, October 22nd, 2016. Silver is trading at $17.55 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,267 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $640. Antiwar.com reports the USS Decatur, a guided missile destroyer, has sailed around the vicinity of a number of Chinese-claimed islands in the partial island chain in the South China Sea, in a move U.S. officials say was done primarily to prove to China that they could do so over Chinese objections. This is just the latest in a series of Pentagon patrols through the area, which officially are presented as freedom of navigation operations, but which in the past the Pentagon has repeatedly hyped as being overt challenges to Chinese maritime claims. This one did not require the Pentagon hype, as the Decatur spent so much time loitering around the parcels that China's defense ministry issued their own statement condemning it as an illegal and provocative act. China said 2 of its warships had warned the Decatur to leave. The claims of the patrol being illegal are disputed. Recent cases in international law have suggested that unoccupied islands like the ones in question don't extend a nation's maritime sovereignty, and that subsequently the ship never technically entered Chinese waters. The U.S. is keen to make this claim, though at the same time they went in knowing China's position, and therefore the claim it was provocative was definitely a fair one. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports a federal judge blocked a state law preventing Mississippi's Medicaid agency from making reimbursements to Planned Parenthood and to the state's only abortion clinic. The order on Thursday by U.S. District Judge Daniel P. Jordan III overturned a law preventing payments to the state's Planned Parenthood clinic and to its only abortion clinic for birth control and women's cancer screenings. Although Medicaid does not generally pay for abortions, the law effectively barred the clinic from receiving Medicaid payments for other screenings, including birth control, cancer screenings, and sexually transmitted infections screenings. Records from the state's Medicaid division indicated it paid $384 in fee-for-service claims and $53 in encounter claims since 2014 to the Planned Parenthood clinic in Hattiesburg. Jordan wrote that essentially every court to consider similar laws have found they violated Title 42 of the United States Code, the so-called free choice of provider provision. During the 2013 Porcupine Freedom Festival, Davi Barker presented an idea for a renegade psychological experiment. Since then, he has refined his idea and put his plan and research into writing. He explains, "We aim to show the world beyond a shadow of a doubt that power corrupts absolutely and corrupt authority deserves no obedience." Authoritarian Sociopathy is available from Amazon.com, all major bookstores, and now available as an audiobook. Reuters reports cyber attacks targeting a little-known internet infrastructure company, Den, disrupted access to dozens of websites on Friday, preventing some users from accessing PayPal, Twitter, and Spotify. Den, whose customers include some of the world's most widely visited websites, said it did not know who was responsible for the outages that began in the eastern United States and then spread to other parts of the country and overseas. The outages were intermittent, making it difficult to identify all the victims, but technology news site Gizmodo named some 5 dozen sites that were affected by the attacks. They included CNN, HBO Now, Mashable, and the New York Times, People.com, The Wall Street Journal, and Yelp. The company said the attacks were coming from tens of millions of internet-connected devices, such as webcams, printers, and thermostats, infected with malicious software that turns them into bots that can be used in massive distributed denial of service attacks, or DDoS. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security last week issued a warning about this powerful new approach, noting it was concerned about the potential for new attacks after code for malware used in these attacks was published on the internet. The Department of Homeland Security and FBI said that they were investigating. The disruptions come at a time of unprecedented fears about the cyber threat in the United States, where hackers have breached political organizations and election agencies. Attacking a large DNS provider can create massive disruptions because such firms are responsible for forwarding large volumes of internet traffic. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.